Thank you for joining the show today. I'm joined here with Christian Razanet and Kennedy Cottrell, and we'll be talking about Stephen Curry. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
I messed up. I 100% messed up.
Okay, let me try.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to today's show. I'm Allie Tibbetts, and we'll be talking about Stephen Curry today. I'm joined here with Christian Razanet and Kennedy Cottrell. So there's a lot of talk about Stephen Curry and him being one of the faces of basketball today. What are you guys' thoughts on him?
Well, Stephen Curry is definitely one of the important faces of basketball right now, probably the most important. Last season he won the MVP award of 2014 and 2015. He's a very lovable character. He's got an adorable daughter, cute family, and I think that all really helps as far as his PR and his image. A very lovable guy.
I think everyone loves Riley Curry. She's so cute. There's a lot of also talk about him leading the Golden State Warriors this season, especially him just now breaking his the most three-pointers in a season, and there's still about 20 more games to go. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's awesome. He made the Warriors one of the first teams to ever hit over 1,000 three-pointers in one season, and that's just something that's never been done before from a team. He's also considered to be one of the greatest three-point shooters in all of NBA history, which is really exciting for their team as well.
It's really interesting that he holds the top 3 spots. Last season he broke his records, and then this season he's about to do it again. Like you said, he's still got like 20 games to go. So it's the first time any NBA team has broken 1,000 three-point record, and there's still a lot of time to keep that record going.
Do you guys think that he'll be retiring anytime soon?
I don't think so, and I definitely hope not. He's really fun to watch. He can make a lot of NBA players just look silly, honestly, just by how well he can play, how well he can dribble, and how well he can shoot.
I feel like for years now they've been saying how much he is on cue with his shooting and just always getting those three-pointers. No matter, I feel like he's always being guarded, and some other shooters can just shoot and not be as well as him. But that's all we have for today. I'm Allie Tibbetts. Thank you guys for joining.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nathan Smallwood Show. I'm going to be talking today about the Nick Young video recorded by D'Angelo Russell. I'm here with Emma Blair and Savannah Skidmore. Guys, when you first heard of the situation, what was your initial reaction?
For me, the initial reaction was obviously I was upset about the situation, but even more than that, I was upset that the backlash that came out wasn't turned on Nick Young, he was the person who was committing this act, but he wasn't getting any hate from any of his teammates or any of that. So.
As a Lakers fan, I agree with her. I understand that it was kind of deceiving on D'Angelo's part to secretly record this video and then go behind his teammates' back. And as a basketball player, a former basketball player, I can also understand that that's kind of hurtful for one of your own teammates to do that to you. But I have to agree with her. I think that Nick Young should have been the one taking the heat when he is the one that was cheating on his fiance. And D'Angelo Russell just kind of brought that into light.
Hey, that kind of brings me to my next question. I know a lot of the reason D'Angelo Russell has been demonized in this is because of the bro code and people using that as a form of ethical basis. So, what exactly to you guys is the bro code, and is it an appropriate ethical ground?
Well, honestly, I am not a guy, and I have never had to attest to this bro code. But I think that this theory that is put into place through this video is that guys should back one another up even when it's not morally right, and that's something that I don't agree with. I think what D'Angelo was doing was trying to bring to light this act, and as a girl, I would want to know that my fiance was cheating on me, so I mean, that's just me personally.
I know, yeah, as a girl, you hope that guys don't do this and that that's not their actual moral standard. I know, like I said, as a former basketball player, I can attest to the fact that team bonds are really strong and really close. And so you do kind of expect something more out of your teammates as far as friendship goes and relationships go. But in this case, I don't think that applies. That shouldn't have applied, at least.
Okay. I can say as a guy, I don't think everyone lives by this moral standard. Thank you both for your time. This has been the Nathan Smallwood Show.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Christian Ransonette. Yeah. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Oh God, can we start? I'm so sorry.
This is me.
My name is Christian Ransonette, and I'm joined by Kennedy Cottrell and Alex. Hello, and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Christian Ransonette, and I'm joined by Kennedy Cottrell and Allie Tibbetts. Today we're going to be talking about five-star recruit Malik Monk from Bentonville, Arkansas. What do you guys think about Malik Monk?
First of all, I just think Malik Monk is a great player. He's number 1 for 2016 in Arkansas. And I just think he made a great decision going to Kentucky. I do think I'm sad that he's not coming to Arkansas, but I think he will do really well in Kentucky playing with some great players.
Yeah, that's been a controversial topic. A lot of people were hoping that he'd come to Arkansas instead of going to Kentucky. Personally, I think it's a smart move that he went to Kentucky. I mean, they win a lot. They get a lot of great players. I think I believe the top 5 players of the class of 2016 are all going to, or 3 of them are going to Kentucky. Excuse me. Kennedy, what do you think of Malik Monk?
I think it's awesome that he signed with Kentucky because they have an incredible basketball program. He also had a lot of other offers from other good schools such as Kansas and Alabama and Florida schools. Kentucky's won 8 of the NCAA tournaments compared to Arkansas's 1 title. So it's like if he wants to pursue a basketball career, I think it's a good choice that he chose Kentucky.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because, I mean, not many people out of Northwest Arkansas are able to do that. I mean, I'm from Bentonville myself. Kennedy, I believe you are as well. So it's really interesting to have somebody from your high school that you went to go on to potentially be somebody very successful in basketball like that. I know he's signed. He's very young. He recently turned 18. I'm pretty sure he signed with Kentucky at the age of 17.
I think that's really young, honestly, to be signing at such a young age and automatically going to play with older boys who are 22, 21. I just think that Kentucky is really lucky to have him, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Bentonville is known to have a lot of good athletes from their school as well, so it's really no shocker there that they've pulled out like a really good player, and he's gotten a lot of attention in the media because they're very well known for their athletics.
Yeah. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm Christian Ransonette.
Hi, I'm Emma Blair, and I'm here at the Emma Blair Show with Savannah Skidmore and Nathan Smallwood. Today we're going to be talking about the wage discrimination and the lawsuit that the women's national soccer team is filing against the U.S. Soccer Federation. What do you guys think about this recent lawsuit?
I think it's very justified. I think the lawsuit is very justified. I know that the women definitely make a lot less than the men, and they're actually quite a bit better team than the men. So that's kind of appalling, and the numbers are really, really shocking.
Well, I'll be honest, when I first started hearing about this, I thought it was going to be just your standard women's sports versus men's sports discussion, where the women's sports tend to not make as much money as the men, and therefore they're not going to make as much money as players as the men. But then I start looking at the numbers. The women made $20 million more than the men's team last season. They're projected to make $8 million more than the men's team this season. So it's a very fair question. Like, why aren't they being paid, if not the same, much, much closer to it? Because there's a huge disparity.
That's very true. In fact, the women's soccer team actually does not get paid when they lose. However, the men's team does. For example, in the last World Cup, the men's team lost in the semis and they were rewarded with $9 million. The women won the World Cup and they only received $2 million. What is your reaction to this?
That's kind of what I meant by the numbers are appalling, and as he explained some of the numbers, even some more in-depth numbers, but that is probably one of the most surprising statistics that I've ever heard in wage gap. You know, as he said, we assume the women athletes get paid more because they bring in less revenue, but when a team is bringing in more revenue than another team, they should be paid at least equal, if not more. And I think it goes across more than just soccer. It applies to all women's sports. And like he said, I know that we have to understand that women bring in less revenue, but there's probably a reason for that. There's less interest in women's professional sports.
Definitely.
Girls aren't trying to make it to the big leagues, aren't trying to make it to professional sports, and that's probably part of the reason that those women's sports just don't bring in as much revenue.
Do you think that this needs to change?
This definitely needs to change. I know even when I thought it was just because of women's sports versus men's sports, I was genuinely confused as to why the women only get paid if they win, and the men get paid more to lose than the women get paid to win. Like, it makes no sense to me that one team gets to make money regardless, and the other team has to perform, has to win, and then they get like a measly check in comparison.
True. Thank you so much. That's all the time that we have today, and that's the Emma Blair Show.
where are we going? Okay. Hi, welcome to today's show. I'm Kennedy Cottrell, and today we're going to be talking about longtime.
Stop.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's show. I'm Kennedy Cottrell, and today we're going to be talking about longtime NBA player Kobe Bryant's recent retirement. And I'm joined here by Christian Ransonette and Allie Tibbetts. And what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Well, Kobe Bryant has been playing for a very long time. I believe, that's kind of the only career he knows right out of high school. He was signed by the LA Lakers, and he's played for them ever since, from 1996 to 2016, if he does retire this season. He's been playing for a long time, and he's playing with a lot of really young guys that might be kind of gaining up on him, and it might be time for him to retire.
Yeah, I agree. He's been playing for a long time. He's had a very successful record. He's the Lakers' all-time leading scorer for their team. He's as an NBA MVP from 2008. He's just done a lot of really good things, but I think that his age is finally catching up with him as well, and he's physically ready to retire. Yeah.
I think Kobe, I think he's getting a lot of praise after his announcements. I also think that ending with his poem, I think that's interesting. I think it's different. I also think just after him getting hurt a lot these last couple of seasons, I think that's a big reason why he now wants to retire. But I think it's kind of a good decision. He's 37, and like Christian said, he is playing with a lot of younger kids. I think he's also not trying as hard.
Right.
Most games I feel like he's getting 13 points. You can just tell it's a new Kobe.
Yeah, he's definitely, winding down his career. He has brought the Lakers to 5 NBA championships in his time, and I think that he's done enough for the team, and it's definitely time that he has decided to, let things go.
I also think just hearing him talk about his retirement, I feel like he seems very confident that he's ready to let go.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard him say it's his first love, and I just think it's really sad that he's going, but I think it's a great decision.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a little time we have today, you guys. Thanks for joining our show.